Chapter 82. Wait and see. Huh? The sudden scene made Qin Feng slightly taken aback, and then anger flashed across his face, and the Badian hammer Yuan Ling surged out of terror and exploded towards the water curtain in front of him. Overlord strike! The Badian hammer Yuan Ling bombarded the center of the water curtain, and all of Qiu Linger's sword moves were shattered. Qiu Ling seemed to have expected this result. She stepped lightly, and her figure moved down to the martial arts arena. She smiled faintly at Qin Feng and said, "You won. Stinky girl, you." Qin Feng glared at Qiu Linger angrily, feeling his chest tight. Being forced by a third-level Yuan Ling warrior to use a powerful blow, he failed to kill the opponent and was even easily dodged by the opponent. Qiu Ling was just teasing him. This made Qin Feng feel humiliated. But Qiu Linger had already left the martial arts arena, and no matter how angry Qin Feng was, he couldn't make another move. "Miss Linger, are you all right?" Seeing that Qiu Linger had fallen off the martial arts arena, Qiu Shan finally breathed a sigh of relief. "Uncle Qiu Shan, I'm fine." Qiu Ling smiled cutely, looked at Jean de Bao again, and said, "Fatty, how is Miss Ben's strength? Can she cover you?" Jean de Bao chuckled and said loudly, "Sister Linger is too powerful. She is a hero among women and a dragon among men. She treats some people like monkeys. I, Jean de Bao, have made a decision, and I will be with Sister Linger from now on." "Fatty Jean, you call me a monkey?" Qin Feng glared at Jean de Bao angrily. Jean de Bao glanced at Qin Feng and said innocently, "This young master is talking about certain people. You like to be seated according to the number. This young master can't help it." Qin Feng clenched his fists and his body was shaking. Everyone in the audience also burst into laughter, making Qin Feng even more ashamed. Nie Tian looked at Qiu Linger and said in his heart, "Qiu Linger's spirituality is indeed very high." Just now, the move of Snake Dance Bitao was full of agility. It's a pity that Qin Feng's strength is too strong. If he is at the same level as Qiu Linger, in a battle, the outcome is unknown. It has to be said that Qiu Linger's performance exceeded Nie Tian's expectations. He could see that Qiu Linger could protect herself, but it was not easy to force Qin Feng to make a ruthless move. And this girl knows how to advance and retreat, which is very rare. Qiu Linger's performance also made Fan Jinwu and others on the high platform look sideways. They also didn't expect that a small third-level Yuan Ling warrior could play with Qin Feng, who was at the 9th-level Yuan Ling. Next, Wu Hui will continue. All the opponents Nie Tian met were warriors below the 9th level of Yuan Ling. All of these opponents, no matter how strong or weak they were knocked off the stage with one punch from Nie Tian, without exception. Nie Tian's strength is so strong, his opponents were defeated by one move, and he never moved a step. It's too scary. Someone in the crowd noticed that once Nie Tian stepped into the martial arts arena, his feet would never move again until the opponent is defeated. It's not that he's too strong, it's that his opponent is too weak. If you meet someone as strong as Qin Feng, the outcome is uncertain. There were also different voices. Although Nie Tian and Qin Feng were in the same group, they never met each other. This should have been specially arranged by Lanba Academy. There will be 2 winners in one group. If Nie Tian and Qin Feng meet prematurely, the next 8 battles will be much less exciting. The first group ended the preliminaries first, and the final 2 winners were Nie Tian and Qin Feng. Nie Tian, you are lucky that you didn't meet this young master. But in the finals, your luck was not so good. Qin Feng stepped off the martial arts arena, looked at Nie Tian, and said provocatively. Nie Tianping glanced at the other party and said indifferently, "You are the lucky one." Although Qin Feng was strong, he wasn't strong enough to make Nie Tian fearful. If you met him earlier, even if he didn't use the Star Soul, Nie Tian would still be able to defeat him with full confidence. Humph. Let's wait and see. With a sneer, Qin Feng turned and left. The other 3 groups had results one after another. Lian Yunlong in the second group was strong all the way, and his shots were brutal. Those who fought against him would either directly admit defeat or die in the martial arts competition. Along with Liang Yunlong, a young man named Zhang Wan, at the 8th level of Yuanling, was promoted. The third group was Lan Binji's group. Lan Binji hardly made a move, and his opponents conceded defeat one after another. Even if some people were not convinced and wanted to fight, they were all defeated by Lan Binji's move in seconds. From the beginning to the end, Lan Binji didn't use Yuanling, so Nie Tian didn't know what his Yuanling was. The other student who advanced in the third group was a young girl, Su Haojie, with the 8th level of Yuanling. The two who advanced to the fourth group were Ling Tian and Yu Feiyang. Ling Tian, like Qin Feng and Liang Yunlong, both have the strength of the 9th level of Yuanling. But Nie Tian could feel that Ling Tian's strength seemed to be stronger than Qin Feng and Liang Yunlong. Ling Tian was born as a commoner, only 15 years old, and already has the strength of Yuanling 9th level, which shows how talented this person is in martial arts. Wealthy children like Lan Binji, Qin Feng, and Liang Yunlong have eaten so many spirit pills and consumed many Yuanjing since they were young. In addition, they have good talent and some strength, which is normal. However, Ling Tian was born as a commoner, and his training resources were very scarce. To be able to have the strength of the 9th layer of Yuanling, he relied on his outstanding talent. Among the top 8, apart from Lan Binji, the last person Nie Tian wants to meet is Ling Tian. The final 8 finalists were officially determined: Nie Tian, Qin Feng, Liang Yunlong, Zhang Wan, Lan Binji, Su Haojie, Ling Tian, and Yu Feiyang. Among the top 8, Nie Tian is at the 4th level of Yuanling, Zhang Wan, Su Haojie, and Yu Feiyang are at the 8th level of Yuanling, Qin Feng Liang, Yunlong Ling Tian is at the 9th level of Yuanling, and Lan Binji is at the 1st level of Vientiane. At this moment, the crowd began to whisper. Although most people know that Lan Binji is the rookie king, Nie Tian Lingshan and the others are not weak, and they will not admit defeat directly. Especially Nie Tian, with the bet between Qin Yuwu and Jean de Bao, it is even more impossible to admit defeat, and he is very likely to go all out. The appearance of Nie Tian made the battle of the quarterfinals even more interesting. On the high platform, Fan Jinwu, Qin Yedian, Zhang Yifeng, and others also had bright eyes and thoughtful thoughts. President Fan, in your opinion, who among the top 8 is most likely to win the Rookie King? Qin Yedian finally couldn't help but speak, but his eyes lingered on Nie Tian intentionally or unintentionally. He always felt that Nie Tian would be the biggest surprise in the quarterfinals. Commander Qin, you already have the answer to this question in your heart, so why ask this court? Fan Jinwu chuckled, but still said, among the top 8, Prince Bing Yi is the only Vientiane warrior. Although Nie Tian, Ling Tian, and others have some strengths, the gap between the Yuanling realm and the Vientiane realm is so big that they can't overcome it. Therefore, this court predicts that the newcomer king must be Prince Bing Yi. Qin Yedian got the answer he wanted, smiled lightly, and said, Prince Bing Yi is only 14 years old, but he is already a martial artist of all phenomena. His talent in martial arts is amazing. At this moment, Zhang Yifeng, who had been silent all this time, suddenly sneered and said, Are you too confident in Prince Bing Yi? I don't think so. Zhang Yifeng seemed to be asking and answering himself. How could he not understand? If Qin Yi was so confident in Lan Binji, why bother to ask Fan Jinwu? Oh? Qin Yedian was surprised and said, Master Zhang has a different opinion? For some things, you never know the outcome until the last moment. Zhang Yifeng smiled playfully and said, Let's wait and see.